Well, hello everybody. Oh my goodness, the camera. Oh, the camera, fix it. Oh, fix it. Oh, that's good enough, I think. How's everybody doing? Bobby's here. I saw Music Emotions here. He's been here early, but he went to the grocery store earlier. Kusa 1027 is here. Got Kyle. Brian is hanging out. You guys have been hanging out for a while. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? More of the usual suspects. Michael, I'm glad that everything was okay with the tire blowout and that you're home and safe and all that good stuff. Gotta fix some lights at Kyle's house. To not get shocked. That's important. I would say that that's definitely important. Brian's here. Yep, I'm just catching up with everybody. Mike's here. What's up, Mike? Figured I would check this guy out. You got the wrong guy. That's your problem. You got the wrong guy. Not worth it. Agreed. Just go ahead. Go now. I'm going to catch up with you guys. But while I'm catching up with you guys, we got a really cool show going on. We're going to master one of the home studio trainer songs. Johnny, he and I were talking earlier today, and he sent me a song. You guys might have been on some of his streams earlier in the week, and he was going to go through his process of mastering. And it's a really cool kind of comparison. I think he kind of touched into some things, but maybe didn't fully get into it, and he'll probably get into it next week. But that's the reason. That's the reason why there are many engineers out there, because we all have different rooms, we all have different ears, we all have different equipment, etc., etc., etc. So I have one of his songs. We're gonna master it today. You're gonna hang out with me, maybe offer some insight. So while I'm catching up with you guys and we're saying hey and doing all that other stuff, let me know. Should we use just stock plugins, or should we use everything in the arsenal? Or should we try and squeeze in a 1 and a 1? We do both. Go ahead, throw it into the chat. Let me know what you guys think. Also, this is going to be really cool because I haven't heard this song. I have no idea what I'm walking into. And that's kind of how a lot of mastering engineers work, is they just get the thing. They might know a little bit about it. Maybe they've worked with the artist before, maybe they haven't. I haven't worked with Johnny in a mastering capacity, so I know he does like rock-ish kind of things, but he also does all kinds of other things. Who knows what's going on? So we'll figure it out. We're gonna find out together. So I haven't heard this. All I know is it's 24-bit and 48K, and it's from Johnny. We'll throw it into the DAW in a couple minutes, and we'll get into it. So while you guys are telling me if we should use stock plugins or third-party stuff or a combination or whatever, busy. I'm going to catch up with you guys. Music Emotions saying I'm awesome. You're awesome, Mike. I'm still at work, so I'll be listening. Brian, you can still learn while you're listening. Just hang out, do your thing, and pop in every once in a while and say, hey. And you don't need to start taking Friday nights off for this. The Robot is here. Like I said, Kusa, 1027. I'm going to go with Kusa. I like that. It's double O. That's what I can only imagine. Bobby's here. What's up, Bobby? Catching up with every... Uh-oh. It jumped down. SN's here. What's up, dude? DJ Big Red. What's up? Stock plugins only from Mike. That's one vote for that. Oh, it jumped way down. Okay, what's going on? Hang on. Here we go. We're catching up with it. Everything. I'm going to practice my rock guitar skills so I can come jam one of these. What's up, Brian? Ray! What's up, Ray? Thanks for coming in and hanging out. Update to Pawnshop Comp 2 seems to have solved the issue. Yeah! I told you, just give those guys a few times. It's a small operation, but they make awesome stuff. Dan, brilliant dude. I worked for him, and I still work with him. He's a really awesome dude. I'm sure once he saw your email, or once Luke saw it, they just messaged each other, went in, fixed the code, and sent it off to you. Pawnshop Comp, really cool. Kyle, what did you use it on? Always watch your content. It was my first time making the live. Kusa, thanks for coming and hanging out. So they tell me, Mike does. Let's see, there's DJ Big Red saying hey to everybody. Well, oh, there's Bop. What's going on, Bop? Stock plugins from Mike. Okay, there we go. Bobby knows nothing, apparently. Don't know why. About stock, but I'm sure the ideas will transfer. It's pretty much, yeah. Let's see, I've really been enjoying that MJUC comp. Yep, SN's here. Everybody's saying hey. 17 watching, 6 likes. Hit the button. I appreciate that if you guys do it. Let's see, I jumped down, so I'm scrolling back up. Use everything. There are similar native ones. Yeah, I mean, we can fix around with it a bit. Yes, it is 48-bit, so something at the end of the chain, if this is going to be like for streaming or anything like that, maybe we'll throw dither on. Everything's in the digital world anyway, so you might not really need it. A lot of stock plugins are pretty transparent, so they're good for mastering. Yes. Combo, I say stock, my guy. It looks like stock's winning stock plugins and sprinkle some third-party plugins as needed. Drew, not a bad idea. Mastering in left-right or MS is what SN is trying to do. When you're going with mastering, you can use a combination of the two. You absolutely can, and maybe we will. What up, Ray? See, having a beer and hanging out. Well, cheers to that, friend. It's not a beer. It's fizzy. Seltzer water. Grapefruit. But I'm right there with you. Cheers. Let's see. Third party in stocks. I like that idea. Drew. Yep. Wait, was there something else that Drew had said? Hang on. It keeps jumping down because you guys are going too fast. Stock plugins and sprinkle in some third. That's what Drew was thinking. Okay, so everybody likes that idea. Just because. But again, yeah. James from Australia, what's going on, man? Thanks for coming in and hanging out. We're about to get into it, and you're going to see everything that we do. Actually, let me come over here and actually launch Studio One. Mike, and if you wouldn't mind explaining mid-side processing and how you do that in S1. Yes, Mike, we can get into that. So we'll do some left-right stuff, then we'll see if we need to do any mid-side processing, because one of the things when you're getting into mastering is you would need to find the problem and address it with the proper thing. Sometimes it's mid-side, sometimes it's left-right, sometimes it's mono making, sometimes it's stereo width. There's a lot of, you have to find the problem and address it. So you might not always, these are not have to use them tactics. I'm never going to say tactics, that's the word we're going to use. You don't have to do all of these things. We're going to find out what we need to do. Like I said, I haven't heard this song. I have no idea what we're walking into. So, James is here from Australia. Hang out. Let's have some fun. Good morning. It's probably very early. I'm going to imagine it might be 10 or 11 in the morning for you. It's just a guess. Mark's here. What's up, Mark? Ripped a fingernail off that thumbs up button. Ugh, ow. Using it to destroy the drum track on a parallel bus. Yes. Yeah, the Pawn Shop comp, I'm going to do crazy work on that. Also, if you guys are interested in doing some parallel stuff like that, the Cornef Audio Talkback Limiter kills on parallel drums. Kills. 24-bit, 48K. That's what we're working in today. Yes, absolutely. Stock, please, for Bruce. Bruce is going stock. I beg to dither. Everybody's saying, hey. Glad you're doing this with fresh ears and have not heard it before. That's the way most professional mastering goes. Exactly, that's what we were saying. You send your stuff off to a mastering engineer unless you've worked with them before and they know you and you know them. It's a shot in the dark. Even still, if you have worked with them before, it might be a totally different project. Who knows? All right, let's get into it. So, here we are. Studio One. Why is this like that? We'll fix that in a second. No big deal. Actually, let's just do it now. Fix. Oh. Not really going to be using a lot of keyboard shortcuts today, so I'm not too worried about that. Let me make the mouse a little bigger because everybody likes the big mouse. It's not about the size. It's about how you click it. All right. So we are in Studio One. I'm going to go like this. We are in Studio One 5 Pro, and Studio One Pro has the project page. But I'm not going to use the project page today. You can do almost everything we're going to be doing today in the project page. But the project page, in my opinion, is more for if you're doing a cohesive album. This is a single. We don't really need to do a whole ton of thing. So I'm just going to make it into a song. The other reason that I'm putting it into a song is Ronald's here. Hey, Ronald. The other reason we're putting it into a song is the project page still doesn't really have automation. And maybe what helps this song is kind of ducking a verse, letting the chorus come up, ducking the verse again, doing a little volume automation can really kind of help bring a song to life. If everything's too stagnant in the mix, you can add some dynamics and some movement back in with a little bit of volume automation. So that's why we're going to go with the song page today. So let's get into it. New song. We're going to call this, actually, let me just go like this, and I'm going to steal the name. You didn't see that? You didn't see that at all? I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm going to save it to Johnny's folder. Over here. I made one just for him. He'll be happy to know that. Hazards. Let's see. 48. This is 2448. I don't care about any of this other stuff because it'll just change all that stuff for it. So no big deal. Ready? Let's go in. Ta-da! And there we go. We're done. Thanks for watching. No, I'm kidding. Drag and drop. Oh, nope, not that. You. Over here. We're going to make it nice and big for everyone. And go E. That was Shift and E to make the track bigger. I hit it way too many times. I probably could have just clicked and dragged to make it bigger, but I'm at max height now. All right, so let's also do... wait. There it is. Really? Is that it? Is that everything? Hang on. Where's my... minute and a half. Something seems off about that. That's okay. This is what we have. This is what we're working with. You know what? Let's just go ahead and drag it in again. Same exact thing. Okay, this is what we have. That's what we're working with. Before we get into it, I have this, and what I'm going to do is a few different things to kind of get me started. One, I'm going to put my room correction on because I want my room corrected. You wouldn't need to do this when you're mastering. This is just something, I'm kind of doing it now. I should have done this beforehand and did some prep, but I'm coming in fresh ears. Also, something I like to do is make a bus. Also, you guys will be appreciative of this. Boop, auto zoom. If I need to come in on stuff, little keyboard command for that. So we're gonna call this the mix bus. And the reason I'm putting it through a bus, one is because it's gonna send to you guys. Boop, there it is. There's the send to you guys. And I am going to drop it a bit. But this is going to be kind of an important thing, and I'm going to tell you guys right now. If it starts to clip to you guys and I'm not looking over and it, like seeing it happen, just let me know in the text. I'll fix it, and you know, this way everything will be cool. Cool? Thanks. Cool. All right. So, song, yes. Mix bus, yes. Let's do some really important things first. I'm going to go over to my main, and we're just going to open up the level meter. I'm going to go with R128. We're going to go loose, and we're going to pin this guy. And let's go ahead and drop him down here. And we can make you bigger. Embiggen. All right, so we have that. Let's go up here. We have all of that. And because I don't really need the mixer, but I'll just throw the inspector on, and we'll grab this guy, and we'll throw our inserts into here, right? Okay. Let's see. It looks like it's pretty dynamic, which is kind of cool. I just want to check one thing. This looks like it's our loudest peak, like right here. So I'm just going to come in, get rid of that. It looks like that is our peak. And no clipping or anything, so we're cool. Cool. Before we get into it, let's get into you guys. I gotta catch up, because I think there's some more people here. Things have changed. There's Ronald. We said hey to Ronald. Is it multi-tracks? Is this multi-tracks? No, we're mastering. It's stereo print. It's just a stereo. Billy Morgan's here. What's up, Billy? Thanks for coming in. Did you ever find that cowbell? Oh, you with the cowbells. Yee! I don't use a project page for a single song. Yeah, you don't need to. So weird to hear all your sound effects without watching. Yeah, I admit, I make a lot of noises. Noise floor looks okay. All right. Occasionally I hear a click pop out of my right monitor. Yeah, no, the right side things that you hear is actually my video capture card. The right side is kind of off, and sometimes it clips out before the left side does. So that does happen every once in a while, but that's why I need you guys to say, hey, look, it's doing that thing. Then I can fix it. I could just change the send to you guys, and it'll be cool. I know it's not on my end. Nope, it's on my end. Found Bell. Haven't worked on a track. Quite a doctor's appointments. Yeah, so Billy's been going to the doctors. Oh, why did it jump ahead? But I hope everything's okay with you, Billy. Let's see. Bops, slow down the selects on the plugins, please. Sure. Yeah. Well, I'll walk through everything. Don't worry. Nothing's gonna get out of hand. We're gonna walk through everything, and I'm gonna do this while we're talking to you guys, because I'm not doing anything over here. Let's see. It makes myself, but man, I love watching other people do it. Constantly learning new things. That's the idea. Music Motion Pop Studios asked if you could slow down on what you clicked on, select, etc. You're going too fast. I'm excited. All right, we just dragged the song in. Let's go back over here. We dragged the song in. We threw it in. Then I did stuff that I need to do in order for you guys to hear it and in order to just have a frame of reference of things. That's why I'm going to try and speak to everything I'm doing. Let's open up the mixer again. So I made a mix bus, and this is something I normally do anyway, but primarily I'm doing it to send to you guys. I also have my listen bus. There it goes. And on my listen bus is my room correction. Again, you guys won't hear this. You'll hear just the mix itself, so this doesn't matter. Then on the main outs in the post section, I put the level meter and I pinned it. We selected R128. This is your EBU standard, so it's pretty much the standard these days. Also with the 128, that's where you get the LUFS section here. So we selected LUFS instead of LU or loudness units. We went with LUFS. And that's all cool. These things will all populate later, and then we'll zoom in on them so that you guys can see them. And this is just going to live down here. Outside of that, we haven't done anything. We've just sent this track to the mix bus, or the master bus, we could call it. And this is primarily where we're going to be putting stuff. We'll put some stuff on the track itself, but mostly we're going to be putting it on the mix bus. Doesn't matter where you put it when you're doing it. Not really. The reason I'm going to be doing it on the mix bus is in case we do any automation. If we did like standard volume automation, that would affect how it goes into the plugin, and I just want to keep things consistent. So that's why I'm just going to put everything onto the mix bus. We still have to hear this song, guys. Oh geez, it jumped down again. 22 likes, 22 watching, 11 likes. It's going up. Thanks though. All good. Don't forget to hit that like. Yup. A thumbs up. Like Thor's hammer. Trader songs are sometimes short. That's cool. This is what we got. Are you gonna save this live? All of them. All my live shows are archived, so you can always come back, Nat. Yes, it'll post on my YouTube afterwards. Exactly. The high def, because it does need to go through processing after the fact. It takes like a couple hours, but the stream is always immediately right back on there. Gonna quit my job so I can stay up past 10 p.m. Good night, everyone. Thanks for hanging out, Mike. You can watch this one later. We'll watch the replay. Yep. Have a great night. EDEBU. Yeah. So EBU is European Broadcast Unit. Let's go with unit. We'll stick with that. So much really late here where I live. Well, go get some sleep then, Nat. You can always watch this later, but thanks for coming in and at least saying, hey. Do you have a target loofs in mind? No! My target loof is... My target LUFS is what sounds best for the song. Yes, the streaming services will do their own balancing between different songs, but I want to make sure that what I'm going to do makes this song sound the best, in my opinion. I want to make sure that it's, sounds good if you're listening to it wherever you're listening to it. And I just, I'll let them do the normalization thing. I don't care about that. And I just want to make sure that I'm enhancing the song and not really changing it. I just want to bring out the parts that need to be brought out. I want to tame things that need to get tamed. But the important part is actually listening to the song. And that's what we need to do. So let's go ahead and get into it. And let's all listen together. And there we go. So that did two things for us. One, it played the song for us, and now we've heard it. We've all heard it together. And two, it gave us this. It gave us the LUFS level, the integrated one, which is basic. It's the average across the entire thing. So right now it's sitting at minus 21, we'll say. Minus 20.9 if you want to be exact. But we're looking at minus 20. So we know to be competitive, one, this song needs to come up. Two, there's other things that we need to address. I think that the bass guitar, although it is mostly the driving factor for this song, it's overpowering the kick. So we need to try and balance it so that the kick has a nice little like chesty thump to it. And we also need to just kind of tame some of the transients of the bass guitar. It could also use a little top end shimmer, which would be nice. And maybe just pushing things out a little bit wider. We're also going to try a little bit of bus compression, or like, just stereo compression, just to kind of glue everything together. And honestly, this is still playing, and it was a little dry, so I'm curious what just a touch of overall reverb might do. This is some of the things that I was thinking. Is Johnny here? There he is. Looking forward to this myself. Well, thanks for coming and hanging, Johnny. Let's see. And everybody's talking about LUFS levels. Why use it at all? Because it is a target that the streaming services use. My opinion, it's kind of a flawed system. There's not enough data. They need to start working on it again. All right. Let's get into it. We're going to leave this down here. Everybody remember, minus 20.9. I'm not too worried about that right now. Let's play around with some stuff. I said bus compression, and I kind of want to do that first because I want to see if it helps everything. And I'm actually going to go with the fat channel here. The reason I'm going to go with the fat channel is because very quickly and easily I can use something like an SSL style compressor. I can use a 33609 style compressor, or I can use a Fairchild. For something like this song, I'm thinking the Brit comp or the SSL style might be best, but I also want to experiment with the 33609, which might give a nice little analog sound. Not analog sound, like a little just a little warmth to it, because that's like a characteristic of the Neve style stuff. So I'm gonna turn this on. Let's see, I'm gonna go gentle with the 2-to-1. The release, I'm gonna have kind of fast. We might turn this to auto to let it do its thing. And maybe we'll just kind of dig in real quick and see what it's actually doing, and then we'll adjust our attack times. So considering the song is pretty much the same all the way through, usually you would kind of find like a loud section, and as long as we're not in the intro, I think we're there. Let's go like that, and we'll go like that. So let's mess around with some bus compression. Obviously way too much, but what I'm trying to do is find a good setting so that the punch comes out. And that's what you're listening to. Listen to the low end and listen for the punch, the kick and the snare, really. So far, not bad. Maybe we'll back it off a little so we're not getting as much reduction. Very subtle, very small amount, but it is squeezing it all together. Just in general, to kind of make this easy for myself, I'm just going to duplicate it and turn off the first one. We're going to go to the second one, and we'll change this to the 609, because I'm curious what this is going to do. Not you, not you. So we're going to do the same section, and we're going to dial in a very similar kind of thing. I'm going to put my recovery fast, low ratio, because I don't want to do too much, and the gain we'll mess around with. And let's go. It's okay. Subtle changes again. Let's go back to the SSL style. I think I'm going to go with the SSL style one. I'm getting a little bit more punch out of everything, and that's kind of what I want from this. I want that kick to kind of come a little bit more, and the snare to kind of have some extra punch in there as well. Let's catch up with you guys real quick. Minus 20.9 is good headroom for the LUFS. The true peak on all of this is actually at minus 1.47. So there's actually not a ton of headroom. I lied. It must have been something I did when I turned it up. Ha. So we're at like minus 3-ish, which is fine. That's still plenty. I don't worry. I don't care about that. All right, so we've done a little bit of compression. Let's find. Let's do some corrective stuff. Let's look at this, and I want to show you guys. We're now at our a 6 dB level range because our EQ moves, they're not going to be crazy. Let me move this over here so you guys can actually see it. We're not actually doing anything that's like too crazy because we don't want to. We just want to enhance things. I tried to leave a decent amount of headroom. You did. It's fine. It's plenty. If I needed more, I would just clip gain it down. No big deal. Try the tube comp. All right. I don't think the tube comp is really going to work for this one, but for you, Bobby, let's do it. Pro EQ off real quick. Fat channel, duplicate. Let's go here. I mean, the other thing we could do is try the FC670. Let's turn that one off. Let's go with fast and things like that. Threshold. We'll mess around with this. Let's try this compressor real quick, and we'll try the tube real quick. So you can see the kick drum is what's really kind of pushing this compressor. It's not bad. It does have a nice mid boost to it. So this isn't a bad option. Let's go with the tube. Also a decent option. I don't know if I'm getting exactly what I want from this, so let's like do a quick A/B again. This is the SSL. Both decent options, and considering that everybody who has Studio One with the fat channel gets the tube comp, not a bad idea. I'm gonna stick with the SSL. I've committed. What's a typical attack time? Milliseconds. Music to motion. What's setting to catch initial transients? Faster attack times will catch those transients. Slower attack times will let them through. You have to use your ears. There's no exact settings. It's different for each song, each track, each instrument. Yes, but if you're looking to tame transients, faster attack times will clamp down faster when they happen. Stick with the SSL. Done, Bobby. I like it. The fat channel is a beast. Technically, yes, I could follow up the fat channel with the EQ that's in here and do some things. I could also go in and do some really nice stuff with the passive EQ. All I'm saying is maybe that'll happen in a little bit. Also, maybe it happen with the little bit of the Baxen doll. Not saying that it's not going to happen. But right now, I want to do some better corrective things with the Pro EQ. That's way too much. This is supposed to be 6. So what I want to do is find a little bit of bump for that kick. There's lots of snare drum and some kick drum in here. Oh, excuse me. So I don't really want to mess around with this too much. Also, that's going to drop that way down. It's not on. Now it's on. Not on. I don't really want much of any of this. I might do it later. I want you to look at what we're doing here. On our RNGQ, this is down at 65 Hertz, 1.25 dB, so very little. And then at our low mid, -1 dB at 346. It looks harder than it is, but remember our scale is at 6 dB. So that's why it looks like it's doing way more. And I was fishing around a little. I was pushing it a little harder, but it adds a little bit more weight to our kick drum, and it pulls that bass guitar just a little bit out a little. And it's not really messing with the guitars either, so. Okay, let's catch up with you guys. Hang on, I gotta catch up with you guys real quick. Okay, so then you have to use your ears. We got there. It's hard to mess with 2 tracks. Stick with the SSL. We did that. One thing that will pose a problem with the kick and bass is that both of them live in a decent transient. So I hope Tim has some magic tricks on what to do in this situation for 2mix. Yeah. Fat channel's a beast. Yep, we got. Should use it more often than I do. Probably. Me too. No, that Pro EQ did it. Lose the fat channel. Pro EQ setting did it. Oh. Okay. The fat channel is one of the best features and is overlooked by a lot of people. There's a lot of stuff that's going on inside the fat channel. Hey, look at that. We clipped a while ago. That was probably just from me hunting around for stuff. Okay, so let's do a quick A/B, right? We still have our meters up. Look, we've gotten a little volume. Let's just bypass everything. I think that's helped out a little bit, which is not bad at all. Now there is some things that I want to do. I want to try this. What I do want to do is actually I want to add some color to this. I want to juice it up a little. So what I'm going to do is go with my first third-party plugin, and that's the Cush Audio. And I think I'm going to go with actually the Omega A on this one. I'm guessing on this. We're just going to add some transformer saturation. Small amount, but it'll probably help a lot. I'm actually going to start with it all the way down, and then we'll slowly add some in. This is probably the first thing that you guys are actually really hearing. It is kind of clipping everything, or not really clipping, but it's saturating, so it's fattening things up. I can go overboard on this and really show you, but it's kind of making everything kind of glue together. And I really like the A on this. We can experiment real quick with one of the other ones. Actually, let's... 458 might not be bad, so let's turn off the A and let's go with the 458. The 458A. Bleh. This is also not bad at all. I'm going to go back and forth, so let's go with the A first. I think I like the A better. You guys? What do you guys think? You hear a tad more kick now, but subtle. Yes. Let's see. Would you say gain staging is important in mastering, like in mixing, or no, since you want to add volume? Noob question. It is a little. I honestly, gain staging in the digital world is kind of for naught, in my opinion, because if this song wasn't loud enough, I could just go in and clip gain it up until it was loud, and then just make sure it wasn't like clipping. I could throw a limiter on, but I actually don't want to do that. I want to enhance it and then use some other methods to kind of just bump the volume later, and I really don't want to do much limiting at all. I kind of just want to have that limiter there as like a safety net, which we can put it on the, I can put it at the ends and like just add things in, but we don't need it yet. We're not close. Our true peak value, I mean, don't mind that one. We can reset this, but we're still negative. Ooh, let's go back to our A. I think the A was better. Okay, I like what a lot of this is doing so far. I'm really enjoying it. I hope you guys are as well. Definitely better out of my Audio Technics. Cool. Not too much sizzle, loose on a two kit. No, there's not a lot of there's saturation going on, yes, but it's not like we're distorting, we're saturating, and that's different. I mean, you could also do something like this, where you can go with something like a tape machine. Maybe we follow it up with this, and we see how things sound. We go with a 1/2-inch 2-track. Let's go with 15 IPS. We're winging it right now. I don't know. This may or may not sound good. there it was. The first clip. Congratulations, you were all here for it. It was the first clip. This is okay. I might even just put this back to where it was. It was cool. It was doing some tape compression like it does. I don't know if it's really helping right now, though. So I am just going to go ahead and take it off. I don't want it. Get out of here. What else do I want to do? I still feel like that bass guitar is a little out of hand. But it is the driving factor, so I have to keep that in mind because the guitars are just doing support roles. Let's move forward a little in the song. It's just those guitars going wow, wow. Okay, I'm going to get rid of all of that stuff. I'm going to get rid of the super, super lows. And yes, I am doing this later on. I'm using the Bax EQ that's, you know, from the Fat channel. I don't want to really do anything in these bands yet. We might add some stuff just to get some extra things. But really what I'm doing is cutting out the super duper extra super crazy ridiculous highs, like the, you know, and the really, really sub lows. And then we'll mess around with our low frequency and high frequencies because maybe we'll add some shelves in. So that's adding a ton, and we don't need that because it's real muddy at that point and real flubby. So this is doing a little bit of work for us, but I don't know if these two shelves are really kind of doing it for me right now. I wasn't really liking what the high frequency shelf was doing at the 7.1. I tried to drop it down to the 4.8, but once I got down there, it kind of made things a little too harsh for me. 7.1 it's an interesting choice shelf location for this song, so I don't really like that. And once we were up to 18, I mean, it was just adding air, just like, here, listen. Definitely adding sizzle to the hats, but it's not really doing much for anything else. And once we drop it down more, we're getting top end of the snare, we're getting top end of the guitar that right now I don't feel really needs. So I think what I'm going to do is just kind of put these back down to 0 and not do anything with these, but I still will use the filters just to get rid of the crazy stuff. Again, you don't have to do all of these different things. You judge it as you would. Hey, we made it loud. We also went over, but don't mind those. You wouldn't necessarily have to do all of these things. I'm just kind of picking things as I go. This is one of my favorite EQs when I'm doing any kind of like mix bus or mastering things like this. This is from Plugin Alliance. This is the Mag EQ4, and really we're gonna mess with the air bands. I love this air bands, and honestly, if you go up to 40K and just start adding some in, oof, real nice top end shimmer. Let me catch up with you guys for a second. We'll give our ears a little bit of a break. Let's see. Slate Digital makes an appearance, but we got rid of him. The A setting is Wingboard Body, if that makes sense. Yes, that's why we were stuck with the A. Okay. Like tube saturation best. Even harmonics, yeah. Well, we went with transistor saturation. I think it worked for this one. That tom hit is a thing I would get rid of. Yeah, you know, it's not really bugging maybe me right now. Maybe we'll take care of it later if we need to. No tape on this master. Not feeling that. Yep, I agree. RX8, we could. I have RX7. If I needed to. I'm not going to worry about it right now. So here's a question. If you had the separate tracks, would you be doing all of these adjustments? No, if I had all the separate tracks, I'd be mixing. Ba-dum-bum. If I had all the separate tracks, if there was one particular thing of one particular instrument that I wanted to address, then I might go in and be like, okay, well, maybe I need a little less of the 300 of the bass, and I can scoop that out. But right now, it's actually, there's not a lot of competition going on in that area. Like, things are pretty well spread out in this arrangement. It's very stripped back. There's not a lot going on. There's drums, bass, and 2 guitars. There's really not much going on. So I'm not afraid to go in with just the EQ on the stereo and scoop things out. And again, you send this off to a mastering engineer, they're usually just only getting the stereo track anyway. So that's the way we're treating it today. But awesome question, Johnny. I like the sound of the tube saturation on a lot of things. Gives an overall warmth and pleasing harmonic to the human ear. Agreed. It makes it sounding better at thinking this is not mastering. I thinking this is not mastering. Well, it is mastering because we're not mixing. We're not trying to blend all the different instruments together. We're trying to get all the different instruments that have been blended together a little bit more cohesive. And then we're going to make it loud. Try the Mag EQ4 or the air bands. Yes, that's what we have it here for. Yes. Yes, there it is. Here it is. I don't know what you're doing there, Johnny. All right, let's get back in. Let's get some air. That's what we're going with. We're going with this guy right here. The air. Maybe that's what you're doing. Ready for this? I'm going to go overboard with the air band, but it's so silky smooth. Oof. We added a ton, and we did get a little peak right there. But look at how much we're adding. We're adding 6.5? 6.5 dB at 40K. This is way beyond human hearing, but it's such a smooth filter, and it's so wide of a Q that it is getting things down in the human hearing range. I wouldn't use it this hard or this much, because what we can actually do if we want to brighten things up is actually go to this 2.5 shelf here and give a nice little shelf to all the top and then add in some air if we want to do that as well. Too much. Did you hear that? At 2.5, we've gone up a dB, and it's too much. It's already too much. Let me take it back down and listen. That snare is way forward. The hi-hat in general is also kind of like with this, it sounds sibilant, and maybe we could follow it up with a de-esser, but I'm not against having this shelf, but at 1 dB of this shelf isn't doing it for me. Immediately, I'm like, I don't like it. Let's put it back to 0. Then we did have a little peak, so I'm just going to go over here to the level trim and drop it down a little. Oh, look at that. I can zoom in and out a little bit more. I'm just going to drop it a tiny bit. I think that was half a dB. That's because of my keyboard shortcuts that you see and all that stuff. Yep, half a dB. So I've gone up half a dB. Ooh, what was that? Yuck. I've gone up half a dB on a 2.5K shelf, and I've dropped the output by 2.5 dB. So essentially, I'm turning everything else down by half a dB. Make sense? Does everybody follow? Cool. Okay, again, we're pushing it up and we're getting little clips. So I'm just going to drop it slightly. And then let's mess around with these because I really love this EQ. It's great settings. It's sub, so it's like the really low stuff. This shelf here is 40 hertz. This one here is 160. The red one is 650. We have our 2.5K shelf on top, and then the air band. And then there's just your level trim over here. Really simple. So out. So let's just kind of hunt around so you guys can hear what's going on. Well, I have to admit, this goes way beyond any mastering I have ever done. Very cool demo. I also realize my knowledge of compressors in general needs improvement. I know a guy that can help you out. I'm kidding, Johnny. No. I am kidding. But seriously, reach out to me. Let me know. What's going on? NEGG would have to just use EQ and compressor on it. Yeah, man. You guys want to do an AB again? You guys want to do an AB? You guys are telling me do an AB. All right. This is where we started. There's your AB. We've cleaned it up. We've opened it up a little bit. Man, that really goes negative in the phase when it does that. I don't know why it's hanging on the left side like that. Or maybe it's the middle? Who cares? Doesn't matter. What's everybody think so far? No, don't be kidding. I will reach out. You know how to reach out to me. That's why we love you. Admit when you don't know something, and I guarantee you'll probably learn a few things, probably turn around, teach others. You are a teacher. Yes, he is. And I'm happy, always happy to help whomever. Sounds fantastic. Thank you so much. I think we're really close. I like what we're doing so far. We haven't mangled this thing. We've only done left-right processing. And I know you guys are asking about mid-side processing. One thing that I would do is probably go in and let me see if I can find the BX master desk. And the reason I would use this, is it the master desk that I want? It's not. Yes, it is. I literally only want to use it for the mid-side section here. I'm not going to use anything else. Actually, I'm not even, these things are all off. As long as I'm not actually doing anything, I'm not going to be doing anything in this. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure that everything at my target frequency here is going to be mono. I'm not worried that, excuse me. I'm not worried that things aren't mono. This is just like it's a safety net. Beep, boop. So now I'm just going to go with 90 hertz. It's probably just kick drum and bass guitar that's down there. I don't care about that. But let's go ahead and mess around with the stereo enhance, because maybe we can kind of push this a little bit wider. And because this is the last thing, it's actually a limiter as well. So we can get our volume makeup to get it to a competitive level with this guy. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. First, I'm going to work with the MS. Immediately, it's already louder, so it is doing stuff, but maybe we'll use a different thing to do the mono, but it's okay. And to really kind of drive it home for you guys, I hate Ozone. Let's have some fun. In a little bit, we'll just do the automatic thing of Ozone on this, and we'll see which one we like better. How about that? We can always do that. Let me catch up real quick. Throw in Ozone. Your opinion, Bob? Yeah. Throw it in Ozone. No! No, I mean, you can. You said you know nothing. No. Right. I hate Ozone. The AB is extremely subtle. Yes. I usually start by setting some clear goals, problems, and then address them somewhat more tangible results. I feel like we've gotten some pretty tangible results. Let's do another AB. Let's do it again, but I'm gonna take this guy off. Let me just actually turn him on and put him into bypass. So I think there's some pretty tangible results. We've changed it, but we haven't taken anything away from the song. And now we're gonna do stuff. Let's stereo enhance this thing, and I'm gonna go overboard so you can hear what it's doing, and it's gonna push things way out to the side. So if you probably want to be listening on like monitors or headphones or stuff like that. If you're listening on an iPhone or a tablet, it's gonna be difficult. If you're listening on a laptop, it might be you might hear it a bit, but not as much. Got this on your studio monitor. It's good. Wow, big difference coming through here. Yeah, well, there was a big volume bump with the master desk on. Let's see. Use Ozone, and we'll get to Ozone, okay? I have JG some stereo mixes for demo. Ozone 9. Quick fix for starters. Yes, it is a quick fix for starters, and it is a very powerful tool. I have Ozone 9 Elements, the free one. I have the free thing, so we'll throw it in, and we'll use the master assistant to see like what it gets versus what I have done. Like what Tim has done so far. Thanks. I like a multi-band compressor. Ozone is why I use it. Yeah, Ozone does have a nice multi-band compressor. If I was looking for something multi-band, which I don't feel like I need in this, I have a few options. You can use the stock one inside Studio One, which is literally called multi-band dynamics. Another one is the one from Plugin Alliance, which is the... Actually, Martin Weeks was just talking about this on the meetup the other day, last weekend. It's from Plugin Alliance. It's the D something something something. Oh, no, not the. Oh, what is it? It's in here somewhere. I forget what it's called. Oh, I know I have it. I really forget what it's called. Also, there's some other things in here, like the SPL Iron, which is a great compressor. The Shadow Hills mastering compressor. We could have been using those things. We didn't, but we could have. All right, I'm not going to hunt around for it. Let's just go back to Master Desk. And let's go overboard with stereo enhancing. So we've done Mono Maker, and that's ensured that anything below 90 hertz is going to be mono. Let's overdrive the stereo width. Again, I hope you have headphones or studio monitors. Let's go. So it's using like some of the Haas effect. Is it the Haas effect? Yes, I believe it is. And it's taking the stuff that's in the side and making it seem like it's even further out by doing some like phase cancellation. And obviously I'm going way overboard. I wouldn't use this at that level. What I would do is use my ears and listen. So it's good to listen for those guitars which are out on the sides and how much further they kind of push out. Like that's the perfect guitar to listen to. Much nicer. Pushed out just a little bit, and what did we do? 23%. So that's what it took. Maybe I'll back this off a little. I'm gonna reset this, and because we're in here, I feel really good about this. Let's just use it as the limiter, and that's what we'll do. Is we'll just kind of get to our level. Maybe I'll use this, maybe I won't. We'll figure it out. Let me just catch up with you guys real quick. Super tangible results as far as Johnny can hear the results. I agree. Unfortunately, I'm on non-reference headphones. That's cool, man. I'd rather hear this on monitors, but I can't at the moment. You're listening on the best things you got, and that's all that worries. That's all that matters. No worries, guys. I was just spitting. That's cool, Bob. The mix is good. Stereo width is nice for this. I did a little bit. Not sure I like the texture of the stereo spreading. Well, we went crazy with it. Sounds a bit synthetic to me. It can, if you go overboard. That's why I was trying to be real subtle. Johnny, if you don't like it, I'll take it off. It's your song. I'm surprised that you pulled the width that far. Me too. I mean, it was already pretty wide. Let's dial it in again. All right, we're at 23. Let's start over. I'm trying to not let the output fool me because it is getting louder. I feel like I level match that pretty good, actually. Now you're getting sheer volume, so watch your ears. Here comes the volume part. Actually, do I want to use this? I don't want to use this for volume. I don't. There's other limiters that I want to use. This one is good. This one is definitely good. But I don't know if this is the one I want to use. Let's try it real quick. All right, so this is where I'm going to need you guys. If it starts to clip to you guys, it is literally me because it's my converter getting to you guys. So leave the width, throw reverb. Reverb bus. We could. I think like with everything we've done, we've brought out a little bit of life to everything. What you could do, ready for this? Don't even put it on a bus. I'm gonna go right in here. I'm just gonna go boop, 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 boop. Small studio, that's all we need. And I'm gonna adjust the mix. Ready? Everything's gonna be really crazy right now because we're just reverb on the thing. We'll hear it at the end. It's a small room. That's a small studio. Maybe there's a medium studio, which might be better. So that definitely has some room to it now. Smash it on the same bus? Maybe, yep. No reverb. Yeah, maybe it needs it. I don't think it's really doing much right now. I'm not a fan of reverb on my stuff. I'm stubborn that way. Boss says no reverb. No reverb? Boss says no reverb. It's his song. He gets to pick that. Get out of here, reverb. Alright. Let's do some stuff in this guy. Don't I want to use this guy? I thought we were going to try it. Why not drums sound like 80 Blanket Studio? Maybe that's the idea of the song. I'm not here to change the song. I'm here to enhance it. So that's just showing you what the de-esser is doing, and you can throw a de-esser on your master. That's totally fine. This made it louder, but I don't know if it's what I want. So I don't think I'm going to use it. Let's try it again real quick, and we'll try the turbo limiter. Limiter turbo, because you want your song faster, right, right, Johnny? You guys seeing this? This is kind of a parallel compressor thing, too. This is okay. I don't know if it's what I want to use, though. So I'm going to put the loudness back to where it was, and I'm just going to use the stereo spread. Let's, for giggles, just go to the built-in limiter. And I'm curious, if I take off true peak and go with soft clip, minus 1.5. Threshold minus 3, mode AB. We'll mess around with that. I don't really know this limiter, so we'll have some fun, right? Okay, 14. Because this is kind of like, this will get you close-ish to that minus 14 loofs, and we've done nothing. It's already doing a lot on the... It's definitely doing something. That's not what I want either. I might leave this on at the end to just be like the ceiling. I feel though, oops. I feel like we're not quite there yet though. So let me take this out, and I do want to experiment with something. And I'm just gonna throw a clipper on. The clipper is gonna do the same thing like tape used to do, where it's gonna soften the transients of everything and kind of just reduce our dynamic range a little. I just want to take the ceiling and threshold to -1. I will. I'll remember that. I'll come back to it. Uh-oh. I'm gonna catch up real quick. Beep, boop, 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 boop. Mix sounds good. I would say the drums are cars. Look, yeah. It's amazing you got this sounding so good because I recorded and mixed this in 20 minutes in my live stream. And look at me. I'm, you know, no mastering engineer would take this long on a single song. They would usually just kind of like listen and go, okay, cool, clip, up, 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 and then be done. But I'm kind of breaking everything down for you guys, and I'm experimenting a little. I'm not gonna lie. Get rid of this. That's empty. I need to clean. Guess what I'm doing tomorrow? Cleaning. It's gross in here. What volume? Hang on. Brian's got a pretty good question. What volume would you say you set your monitors when you master? Do you keep it more conservative? I'll tell you exactly what it is. I'm gonna pull open my little sound meter here. C weighted, slow. Okay? And I've done nothing with this thing. And I'll tell you exactly where I am right now. Okay? I did have to turn it up a little because we took off the loudness from Master Desk. So I've adjusted it. This is where we were. Ready? that's quiet. It's actually really quiet. 2 reasons. One, it's 11:15 and my kids are asleep above me, so I don't want to wake them. 2, I know the target, like we're going to make it loud. I'm not worried about it being loud in the room. Like as long as we're not clipping and it sounds good, we'll be fine. So that's where I am. Arbitrary number. If I was in the middle of the day, I would still be relatively conservative, because if I'm doing this over and over and over again, I know I can find where it sounds good and make sure that it's still loud and then put it out from there, as long as I'm not tiring my ears. I'm sure I'm surprised a lot of you with that it's only 70 dB. It's really quiet in here, but I'm not tired. My ears aren't tired. Oh, Kyle's getting out of here. Have a great night, Kyle. 85 dB SPL is an average, but you really have to take into account the size of your room, the size of your speakers, a lot of different things, because the pressure level of 85 dB in one room might be too much physical pressure on you in a smaller room versus a larger room. Tim is Italian, just saying. Bobbity boop, boopity boppy. Only mix and master loud to check my low end. Yeah. I mix it at very low volume to check out how my vocals sit in the mix. About 70% of the time, it's at a moderate level. Yeah. You turn it up, make sure things, kind of balance out, because people listen to music loud, and then you get it to sit right. So I'm sure a lot of you guys were surprised by that. All right, let's get back into this, and we're gonna clip this a little, and we'll see what we can get. Kind of like what this did, it reduced our dynamic range a little, and I pulled back the mix to still let some of the original through, but that's what we did. And now I'm gonna do the final thing, and I'm gonna go by Johnny's suggestion. I'm just gonna throw the limiter on there. Let's try the limiter again. That's not the right thing. Limiter. Hang on, I'm gonna find it again. The listening level is a very personal thing, but I agree that 85 dB is totally reasonable. Can be, yeah. I like to go a little bit on the loud side myself, yes. Again, it's the speakers in the room. You kind of have to work with that. Hang on, I gotta find Johnny's comment. He's like, there's one to take the ceiling and threshold to -1. You got it, boss. Whatever you say. Change this. I'm gonna change the ceiling. Don't tell Johnny. So yeah, we did everything Johnny wanted. This is exactly what he wanted, right? Cool. End of the chain, true peak, so we're just gonna kill all the peaks. Okay, time to not wake up the kids. I'm turning my volume down for me. It's gonna get louder for you guys, because now we're gonna push it. I don't like what this limiter is doing. I think this limiter is squaring things off too much. I think it's too aggressive, and it's making every time like the snare hits, which is the offender, it's the loudest thing right now, and it's the most transient. But whenever it hits, you don't hear a snare drum anymore. You hear more of a like a and it's almost like white noise, and it doesn't sound good. I'm actually gonna drop the ceiling. I'm gonna drop the ceiling to try and volume match. Like, I don't like what this is doing. It's killing the drums. It's taking everything that we've done away. So, that one don't win for me. It's not gonna do it. And I'm just going to type in limiter and see what I get. The UAD I don't have. I can go with a classic, the Waves L1. Talkback limiter. This is the Cornef Audio one we were talking about before. I think it's going to be a little overkill on this one. Here's a couple limiters that are just called limiters. So which one is this one? Oh, we don't want that. Oh, boo. Boo, 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 boo. All right, let's try this. Oh, not the talkback. I missed it. Don't you crash on me. There it is, but that's not the one. I keep missing. Also, let me save before I screw things up. Okay, let's just do this. BX limiter. Let's try this guy. And we can also actually do a little bit more saturation with this XL knob over here. Channel link, we'll leave them linked, that's fine. Release 3 milliseconds. Honestly, this is all gonna be good. So the way this one works is the top meter is your input, the bottom meter is your output. And this is over here is like your makeup boost gain over here. It went away. There it is. Ready? Reset. What do you think? It's louder. I think we've enhanced a lot of things. I think we've gotten our LUFS to a point where it sounds good. It's definitely competitive. Our short term and our momentary, we're definitely around that -14 mark. Our true peak is giving us the headroom so that we're not clipping, although I would probably bring this down just a touch more. But I'm feeling pretty good. Something around 300 to 500 hertz. Okay, let's adjust it. And we can actually go all the way back. Where are you? Pro EQ. It might be the bass again. Is it the cowbell that's really coming out on the left side now? I'll leave that in. Okay. Ready? This is what we're going to do. Why did that come up? I don't want that. We've done this. Let's say it's the perfect master ever. We were kind of talking about this before. Let's do this. Let's do export. And I want to import it to a track. We're going to call this. What'd you call this? Hazards. TF Master. And it's in caps because it's better. Oops. I forgot to do something. Copy. Get out of here. Let's just do this. We'll set to a loop because there's nothing at the end and there's no reverb or anything. So do that. Paste. Wave. Beep, beep, bop. Everything's the same. Cool, cool, cool. Bring back in. Let's compare. Do your dirty work, Studio One. What are you guys thinking? Come on, you're quiet. Come on. What are you thinking? Hey. Look at that. You seeing that? Do you want to compare? This is my master. That's the song that Johnny sent me. Shrinky, drinky, drinky. I could have just done it here. Whatever. Ready? There's still dynamics in here, but it's louder. We didn't clip anything. A little bit of work. Definitely made it louder. You go back over there. All right, now we're going to do this. Everything's going through. I'm going to turn all of it off. Right? Everything's off. Everybody sees this? Everybody sees it? Ozone 9. We're just going to use the Master Assistant. We're not even going to listen to it. Intensity. Just leave it at medium. We're going to say that this is going to CD, because that's kind of how I felt the other one was going to go. No. You know what? The majority of people are going to go streaming, because that's the way people ingest music these days. For the best results, play the loudest portion of your track. Let's go from there. Here we go. We're going to accept it. Now, this is Ozone Elements, so there's really not as much going on as in the full Ozone. But I have the EQ on, and look what it did. It actually cut down a lot of stuff at 1, which is at 150. It cut a dB and a half with a low shelf. It gave a mid bump at 818 hertz by a dB and a half with a very wide Q. Then it gave a top end boost at 3.6 for about a dB, and then it kind of cut off the very highs at 13K all the way up to there and just rolled everything off. It didn't do any imaging, and then it did maximizing. Let's see, what else did it do? It did transient emphasis, a little bit, no sustain, a little bit of transient in the stereo, the character. And really, look how far down it had needed to drop the threshold with a ceiling of -1. I'm going to do the exact same thing. Now, I will admit, it's probably going to be louder. Uh-oh. Clipping occurred. Import to track. Yes, yes. You did all that. Ozone, you know clip. You know clip. You're not allowed to. True. Yeah, true peak. Interesting, isn't it? Ozone master beep it bop. Shame. The signal was almost 5 dB over. Do you want to delete the exported file? No. Look at this. Sure. Thicker than mine, more brick-walled than mine. I admit this. Which one sounds better? Let's go with mine. Okay, hang on. I'm going to bypass these. I'm going to put them to the mix bus because that's what goes to you guys. I want to make sure that you guys hear it. But I want you to see all of this stuff is bypassed here, right? Cool. We're going to go back and forth. My master versus Ozone. I've been thinking about Brainworks. Brainworks is awesome. I've heard good reviews of them. I'm not familiar with Elements. Elements is strictly, it's the free stuff. Or I think sometimes they charge $29 for it. I don't know. I got it for free. It is so stripped down. It's not the full version at all. I don't even think. The last full version I had was version 5. Ozone 5. I'm just using the latest one that's out there anyway. Did you try to refresh it? I'm watching this and it is delayed. That is weird. You may want to just refresh your browser. All right, let's start with mine, and then we'll go to the Ozone one. It is clipping a little. I brought it down. I'm trying to volume match it so that you can actually hear the differences. I don't know why it wasn't going back and forth for me. Hang on. Because I was hitting the wrong one. All right, one more time. Ozone. What do you think? What's everybody thinking? Bass drum is kind of weak. Yeah. I'm catching up. Let's see. I like the Brainworks stuff I have. Yeah, Brainworks is fun. Bass sounds better. In which bop? Add the 70. He wants me to add a little bit of low end to mine. That's fine. And Home Studio Trainer, I like yours much better. Thanks, Johnny. Your master has way more depth and texture. Thanks, man. Bass drum is kind of weak, and we actually had to bring that up from the original. It probably could use some more help as well. You master has way more depth and texture. Yes. Thank you, Johnny. Whoop. That is strange because my Ozone doesn't produce a track that clips. It always falls just under 0 dB. Yeah, and I don't know why this one did today either. Sometimes it's fine. Most of the time it's fine. Today, not fine. Whee! Right channel, and that was a bitch heart and clipping on our end. Sorry! The damn Ozone crushed that, and not really in a good way. No life. That is exactly why you go to a mastering engineer. They can add depth, they can add life. Now, mind you, I am not a mastering specialist. That's not my thing. But I know the tools. I know some of the tactics. I know some of the things. So if I have clients and they hire me to master, you heard, I have the power. I'm a mixing engineer. That's why I say use it as a starting point only, and then use your ears. Yep. Your master has... Oh, Johnny's message went like 6 times. No Ozone for this. Why would anyone want to use Ozone? Because it is a quick and easy tool. You know, if you're in a pinch and you just need to get something out, Ozone works. There's a lot of tools that work. I mean, honestly, if we really wanted, we could have just gone to the track, thrown a limiter on it, boosted the volume, and there you go, limiting, you mastered on your way. When you take the time and you listen and enhance, that's mastering. I think you cannot take the human element out of mastering. Your master is on point. Thank you so much, Kusa. Sorry for the repeat. You better be. Never assume you are getting the best result by using wizards like Ozone assistants. It just doesn't work. Not all the time. Like I said earlier, I hate Ozone. And there's other tools out there. Use at your discretion. Ozone is not a do-all. There are a lot of nuances to it. Yes, exactly. There are. And that's why taking the time, knowing some things. And yes, I used a mix of stock plugins and I used a mix of third-party plugins. And we went with all kinds of different stuff. We did some JSD to do some clipping. We did some Cush saturation. We did some Plugin Alliance, Brainworks stuff. It was quite the mix that we did. Started with the fat channel, though. Followed it up with a Pro EQ, then some saturation. It's really, I think the thing to take home, and I'm going to go like this to talk to you guys on this one. I think the thing to take home really is that you have the same tools that the mastering guys use. Mostly. You know, they have some like, you know, if they're working in the analog world, they got some really nice stuff. And there are different things to do if you're trying to master for vinyl. So I'm mastering for a digital release, we'll call this. Also, Johnny, I owe you this file. I'm going to send it to you because that one's on the house, bud. But everybody has these tools. I mean, what mastering engineers use is compression. They use EQ. They use limiting. They use multiband dynamics. They could use some mid-side stuff. All these things are built into Studio One. You have them all yourself. It's just using your ears and addressing things. What's the problem? Fix the problem. What's the problem? Fix the problem. You know, serve the song, do no harm. I believe serve the song is like a mixing engineer's kind of motto, and do no harm is a mastering engineer's kind of motto. Wow! Johnny, thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much for that. Let's see. I must admit, though, Lander does some nice online mastering. Lander is one of those services. In a pinch, yeah, you could use Lander. Is it going to give you this kind of, detail? Maybe. Maybe not. It is called Lander. It's Landr. Music to Motion with the $20 super chat. Thank you so much. I take it you guys learned some things. You appreciated what I did. Primo job, man. Learned a lot. Fantastic. Thrilled to hear. Sorry for the dunk, if you guys heard that. It was the mic stand clunking onto the thing. But yes, anybody use Tracks 5 for mastering? I haven't. Honestly, I don't even know that name. I'm going to have to look into them. Let's see. Music in Motion wasn't impressed with Lander in a test that he did. Again, your mileage may vary. If you're in a pinch, there are services out there. Excuse me. There's services out there that will get you mastered. They'll make it loud for you. If you're looking to just make it loud, throw a limiter on, out the door. You'll be fine. If you're really looking to get the most out of it, is what I'm going to say. Send it to a guy. Send it to a mastering engineer. Send it to somebody who can help out and listen and enhance, not just make louder. That's my suggestion to everybody. I'm going to catch up with you guys. If you have any questions, throw them in. I'm happy to answer them. It's kind of late. It's almost midnight. Maybe we should kind of wrap this up a little bit. So go ahead, throw them in. Could there have been things that I did better in this? Probably. But this was an educational thing. Maybe I'll approach it when I can make it a little louder in the room and check that low end again. When the kids aren't asleep. T-Rex, I think, is what he means. He could mean T-Rex. He probably does. I haven't really messed with that one, though. I know it. I don't have any of that stuff, though. All I learned was to always add cowbell. Great show tonight. Looking forward to the next one. The next one is next week. Hey, insider surprise. Next week, the Friday night stream is the day before my birthday. I'm not really a big birthday guy, but I figured you guys would know that. Thanks for your time. You're welcome, SN. The more I can observe it being done, the more insight I gain. That's the whole idea. It's empowering the people. Get better. Bob Katz. Brilliant, dude. So just send all your music to Bob. He'll take care of everybody. Lose faith in vendors that threw me under the bus. Boo. I'm sorry to hear that. Hip hop and R&B track that I tested on Lander came out good, almost identical to my version of the master. Everybody's mileage varies. Ronald made me realize mastering isn't in my wheelhouse. It absolutely can be. You just need to practice, just like anything else. And you just need to practice. I myself am admitting I'm not a mastering engineer, but I know the tools, and I think we did an okay job. Yeah, just send it over to Bob Katz. Yeah, it's easy. Good night, Bob. Thanks for the show. Oh, you're very welcome. Thanks for coming and hanging out, SN. That's what I meant. Yes. Let's master a song with vocals next. Johnny, send us those vocals, buddy. Come on, Johnny, get them in there. Brian, this was awesome. You explained what you were hearing before you started slapping plugins on. Not a lot of folks do it. That's more insightful as to how to hear the problems instead of just solve them. Yeah, this was supposed to be like walking you guys through it and kind of helping you out. Opening your ears, educating your ears what to listen for. And I hope you heard it at the same time that I did. Well, you're going to be able to get your driver's license now since it's your birthday? Nope. That's next year. Happy early birthday. Tune in and turn up. Thank you, Kusa. I can send a vocal-based track. Hey, if you want the Friday live streams to be mastering streams, cool. Yeah, I could do that. Maybe not all the time. I like writing. I like mixing. I'm trying to shake things up for you. that's why tonight was fun. We did mastering. This is something we haven't done in a very long time, so it's great to have done it. And Johnny, home studio trainer, thank you so much for sending the song. This is, you know, I don't really get the opportunity, and you weren't here at the very beginning. I told everybody I didn't listen to this before I put it into the DAW, so I flew blind, and this is what we came up with. Do you ever use Slate Digital FGX to master? Yeah, I do. I don't really like the compressor on it. It's okay. The master, the limiter, it's okay as well. For a good while, I was using the FGX. And I probably could have thrown it on here at the end too, but I didn't. Let's see, Brian. Send a multi-track thing. See how he would handle it. Johnny, if you want to send me a song to mix, I can send a song to mix, and then you could master my mix. How about that? My birthday is Tuesday, not far off. Happy birthday to you, Brian. If I don't make it next week, well, I hope you do. If not, it's cool, man. I got you. Birthday next week, I'll try to get those blue blocker sunglasses you've been talking about. Yeah, the blue blockers. I'll put mine on because I've been staring at screens all day. Excuse me. I'm sorry, what was that? Oh! That's what I get. You did a hell of a job. Thank you so much, Johnny. No lack of subject matter cover. That's for sure. Yep. There's a million different subjects in the world of audio. Yeah, I never used a compressor on the FGX. Yep. For next Friday, record and sing happy birthday to Tim. No, stop it. Yeah, very happy birthday. Oh, thank you, Al, so much. But, come hang out next week when it's actually even closer. And Kusu wants to see some vocal mixing. All right. You know what? Spread the word. Let's do some mixing next week. I'm open to songs. We'll do them together live. How about that? If you're looking to do that. Why am I signed out? That's so weird. I'm committed now. Committed now. I'm in. What have I done? Okay, I screwed all that up. So all I'm going to say is just reach out to me. Instagram, YouTube, emails, Facebook, any of that. Reach out to me. Maybe we'll mix your song. How's that sound? Until then, have a great weekend. Have a great week. I will see you guys next time. Thanks for everything, and enjoy the rest of your night, which right now is almost morning. Good night.